Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Happy holidays and season's greetings from USA Global TV. Hello to our friends listening on Business Talk Radio, and happy holidays, Chris Roberts. I am Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is the Business Talk Show, the only place that you need to come for information all about business. We bring wonderful entrepreneurs on each week so they can discuss what it is that they're doing and the value they're bringing to the world. Helping me do this every week, an A-plus 100% partner, friend, co-host, mentor. It's Mr. Al Cini.
Say hello to my little friend.
What is your friend's name?
My friend's name is kind of like it's like a cat Santa Claus kind of a thing.
Cat
and
Claus.
It was sitting here on the shelf, and it's kind of festive for the season. Merry Christmas, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Cini. Does the cat's head swivel off and there's little cats in there?
This is a Russian nesting doll, and there are a bunch of layers to it, as with many of us.
That's a very good analogy.
Things hidden within things, and so it's kind of an effort to figure out what's going on in there, but anyway,
I like it.
It's something, if I'm intending to waste, I know that there are only 2 procrastination days left till Christmas. But if I'm going to burn up that time doing nothing of particular value, I'll just take this thing apart and put it back together again a couple of times instead of doing the things I'm supposed to be doing.
So when it comes to the holidays, do you have a long list of things that you're supposed to accomplish? Do you have a list that you were given or your list you wrote up?
No, I started out life with a long list of things to do, and I am finishing up life with a long list of apologies to make for not doing it.
You make me laugh. So is that on your list for resolutions for 2022? You're going to be apologizing to people?
I'm going to try to get the apologies out of the way this year if I can, because next year is going to be about no apologies, moving forward, making the best of what now is an endemic COVID world. Just learning to live with something that's different from the way things were a couple of years ago, but we can still function and manage and get things done.
And, Al, I saw today in the news that I think it's Pfizer now has an FDA approved pill for treating COVID. Did you see that?
I saw that. I mean, I think it's a good idea that we're pivoting from trying to prevent it with vaccines, which are of value, no doubt about that. But, I think we need a 2-pronged approach. We need 3 prongs, actually. We need testing so that we can reliably get a hold of a test when we need one, because people are testing more and more frequently now. We need therapy for people who do come down with the disease, and we need the vaccine front. We have to keep making progress on that front too. So I'm kind of glad that we've got all those wheels turning now. I think that's going to be the secret to getting through this.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes. Yeah. And I think also there are many people, business owners, especially, who have been impacted severely and are really struggling with mental health challenges, as well as the fact of, trying to run a business, losing a business, trying to pivot and do business differently. So I think that's important to acknowledge as well.
It's an important subject, and it kind of gets into what we do for a living. The workplace it's harder than ever to draw a line between working and living. More and more, the work you do and the life you live are the same thing, not 2 different things, especially now that so many people are working from home and probably will continue to be working from home. So that whole idea of a hybrid workplace means that we need to be healthy in both places. It's not like you can be unhealthy at work and then go home and recover, because you can't recover. We need inclusive, safe workplaces that support and and nourish the soul and heart of the employees. And that's why I'm so glad we're interviewing Desziree Richardson today. She's going to be talking about women of heart and gentlemen of heart, and an
Yes.
awards program she's developed that recognize people for having the kind of heart it takes to, well, to live a valued, high quality life. And
I
you're a
definitely
winner.
agree.
You won
Yes,
the award.
I did. I actually have my award right here. I don't know if you can see it with the green screen, but this was
Oh,
my
we can.
award.
Well
So
deserved. And we will learn from Desziree how you qualify for that and what it means. And she's got other things to talk about too. So it'll be a lot of
as
fun.
yes, I'm very honored to bring her on. Let us welcome Desziree Richardson. Hi.
Hi, sending love and warmest greetings from London. I'm so happy to be part of this amazing platform. Thank you so much, Dr. Jacalyn, and your lovely host, Alcino.
Yeah,
Amazing,
it's such
amazing. I just love the interaction from both of you. You gel together like peas in the pod. And wishing you guys a beautiful Christmas and a beautiful holiday season and a bright and prosperous 2022. I'm grateful to be here on this show today. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And to everyone who's watching, thank you for taking your time to be here. And those of you who will be watching the broadcast after, thank you so much for being here and listening to this wonderful conversation. So once again, my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Desziree, you were so sweet. I have to throw away all my hard questions.
Just give her the easy ones now. Okay.
We can't go for the throat the way we usually do on this show. We're going to.
We're leading with our heart. We're heart centric.
Oh, Desziree, it's
But
such a pleasure to have you here on the program. And what does it mean to be a person of heart?
It means that you operate from the heart, you give love, you spread kindness, and of course, you have good intentions for yourself and for those people around you, but also for the world at large.
Hmm.
And Desziree, I just want to follow up a little bit about that. We have a dear friend, Madeline Chan, and she talks a lot about leaving the 3D world and going to the 5D world, which is more heart centric. So, is that part of the mission that you are on and that you're trying to lead people to?
Of course, because it's crucial in our today's world where we need to create more awareness of diversity, also unity, harmony and tolerance in our world, where we can have women from all different backgrounds and also men coming together to make a difference in the world by bringing peace, joy, love, happiness, and more kindness. I think if we all gather up our good thoughts every day and think positive towards each other, then the world can become something amazing. But it takes one person at a time to do it. And when we all come together to get it done, it's going to be magical. So I believe in unity. I believe in spreading love and kindness. I believe in giving back. I believe in helping develop a new world where people can be protected in their communities, but also protect their communities and just socially help each other in the best way you possibly can. Be your neighbor's keeper, spread love. And this is something that we do here at Woha. It's all about togetherness, unity, but celebrating the work that women are doing over the years, but yet their work go undiminished. It's all about togetherness, love, joy, peace, kindness, but also to enlighten, to educate, and to raise awareness among women coming together as well in terms of the Women of Heart Awards.
Great. And you've got a recognition program, and that recognition program encourages the kind of giving nature, I think, that represents a person of heart. Not just women, but also you have a Gentleman of Heart program too, don't you?
Oh, yes. Our Go Heart Gentleman of Heart Awards was born this year on the 9th of November because I thought about why there are a lot of amazing men out there in the world as well who come together, and they have so many caring industries run by men. And one day I decided, my goodness, I am really fascinated by men who value and support women, men who gives back to humanity, men who gives back to charity, men who have over the decades been running charities all across the world, helping so many people. And what I love about these beautiful traits from these men is that they're humble. So when I decided to create Goha, I was looking at men. The greater the heart, the greater the man, the greater his kingdom, the greater his people, the greater the world. And I was really fascinated by men who are humbled and who are great leaders, but with full of humility and compassion. And these are the men who are responsible and who was responsible for making a difference in our world. And yes, they too need to be recognized. So Goha is born today.
Desziree, thank you. I just want to interject for a moment. For people who are can't see this photograph, who are some of the gentlemen of Heart Awards that you have recognized here?
So we have great kings from all across the world. We have a king from Indonesia, from the Berlin state, which is the 55 state in Africa. It's the new Dubai emerging. And we also have His Royal Highness from Egypt. We also have His Royal Highness from Ghana. We have Christopher Norris from the UK. We have Scott from Wales, and all these great men from all across the world. We have Master Tan from Singapore, which is a great man, a great gentleman as well from Singapore, if I pronounce it right. And we have King from South Africa, King as well. So we have kings and prince among other great men here in the UK and all across the world coming together to create the 2021 honors list.
And I see Robert Moore is here, and also
Yes.
Ian Pelham Turner, and our dear friend who passed away, Philip Chan, may you rest in peace.
Yes.
And also Dr. Sax Buxey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing men from all different backgrounds, in the music industry as well. And they not only do their work in terms of their career and their business, but these are men who give back over the decades and who's continuously given back to society and who's been doing this for quite a while. Some of them from the age of 12, they've been working as a humanitarian, and they're so deserving, each and every one of them.
Oh, what a wonderful program. And how do you qualify for the award, Desziree? Maybe you can explain the nomination process and the award decision-making process.
Okay. For our first year, I think for the next coming years, we will be looking at organizations here in the UK to put people forward for these awards. And also people can nominate someone in their community, in their home state, in their, in their office, for these prestigious awards. And of course, they have to, provide us with evidence in graphic or video of the work they have been doing over the decades. And we analyze their work, and we also create titles for them if they are deserving from their experience and from the evidence they provide us as well. So we get together as a board and we decide. And also as a founder as well, I have the opportunity to select some deserving women from across the world by doing some research and contacting them and presenting them with these prestigious awards as well.
That's great. Dr. Kerbeck, I know at the top of the program you showed your award, but maybe you can hold that back up again and we can talk about how it made you feel to receive that.
Thank you. There it is. And I'll just read that it is for Women of Heart Awards Online TV, Radio, and Media Personality Icon 2021. So this was a complete surprise to me, and I feel so honored because, as you know, I completely changed my career from leaving corporate America and putting together this platform without any experience. And there's always rocks being thrown my way or sometimes boulders and to be recognized, it really feels wonderful. So I thank you so much. It makes me just
That's a great, but
filled
you're
with
also very active. You're very active with charities, very supportive and very giving. And I think that has to be among the qualifications for receiving the award. Isn't that right, Desiree?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, you can be a businesswoman and run in different organizations, but you have to have experience in humanitarian and evidence that you've been given back as a philanthropist, activist, humanitarian. You have to have evidence of your charitable givings or proceedings, and of course, your experience in the charitable, uh, in the humanitarian world. Yes.
Thank you. That's really beautiful. So Desiree, you mentioned about corporations being able to nominate people. Are individuals going forward able to nominate people for consideration as well?
Yes, yes. Individuals, references, they can also nominate as well. Yeah, for
Wonderful.
now. Yes, yes. Mhm.
We've got some images here I'd love to put up and have you share with us the backstory. So let me take down this comment. So tell us about this magazine cover.
So, Women of Heart Awards has just launched this beautiful magazine, and this magazine is set out to share cultures from around the world, cultures, leadership for leaders to tell their stories, to share the work that they do in terms of humanity, and also it's for health, business, and empowerment. And this is our new magazine. So in this magazine, the world will be hearing the beautiful messages from women all across the globe, sharing their stories on their journey becoming a woman of heart, along as with other articles from various other people who are involved in the magazine, who are sending in their articles to be published. Yeah,
Congratulations. It's
thank
fantastic.
you.
And let's take a look at this one.
And this one is our Face of Woha magazine. So this one is lifestyle, travel, and of course, empowerment. And as you can see on the head there, there's a few other areas that is covering. And this is a new magazine, Face of Woha. And this is featuring our new Face of Woha for 2021, Clarissa Romero. And to talk a little about Face of Woha is Face of Women of Heart Award. So we create icons, spokesperson. So women from all across the world, we invite them to take part in this extravaganza. It's a public speaking competition, but we don't call it a competition. We call it an extravaganza for women to gel together, to have a great time, to share their stories, to create content that will inspire the world and inspire the new generation. So this is for diverse leaders from across the world who are speakers, experienced as well as unexperienced. They can all apply to become the Face of Women of Heart Awards. The winner then go off to give a speech that will help change the world, that will have the listeners stand still. So that's the message we want to get across for a new world in terms of, changing the mindsets and, creating the atmosphere that we can become better people in this world, creating that consciousness. And these messages, because words are so important, and the words are so important because 5 words changed my life. And this is why I created this platform, not only for myself, but to give women voices so that they can get their message to different corners of the world. Because words, as I did mention about 2 times, are powerful. And with these platforms, it's all about changing the world through speech, but not also through speech, but bringing diverse women as a visual component to create that visual component to educate the new generation, especially young girls everywhere, that it's okay to sit at the same table with different people from your different backgrounds, different cultures, and we all can have a happy world with people accepting, and there's no limitations for a certain race, and we all can come together and really have a good time. So this is what Face Off was all about. It's about empowering the world, changing the mindsets of people to share more love and compassion in our world, but also to create a visual component of diverse children, women, boys, and men all coming together to bring that beautiful synergy that the world needs. And my one wish for everyone is to be happy and to be inclusive and to live in a world where there's peacefulness, diversity, and the energy of cosmic love can be radiated and felt through every human existence.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
really
there's so
beautiful.
much to that.
Thank you.
But I do want to point out, in order to be qualified, obviously you've got to have a heart, and you speak very eloquently about what it takes to demonstrate that you have a heart. But you've got to be a little bit tough, and you've got to be courageous too, don't you?
Of course, of course. And these awards is for indigenous men and women who are brave, the sheroes and the heroes as well.
Well,
And
that's
Yeah. And
yeah,
people on
Al,
the battlefield. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention, Al, we've had other people on the show, business owners or coaches who help business leaders lead with their heart and create a heart-centric environment. So I'm just wondering, Al, what are your thoughts when it comes to having a heart for your team? So in other words, you work with a lot of people who are in teams. How
I
important is it that people have a heart that they share when they're doing their work?
it's well, actually, I have
Mhm,
two comments on that subject. The first is that it's all about heart. What really motivates
mhm.
people is their passion and their inspiration at work, not just
Yes.
a list of things to do. It takes more than a to-do list to light somebody up and to bring them forward.
Mhm,
You need to
mhm.
feel the work that you do in a way that drives you to perform in that work, and that's all about heart. That's all about emotion. You can't ignore that. Not only can you not
Yes.
ignore that, if you don't tap into that, you'll never get the results you want. That's number
Yeah.
one. And number two, the way you change people is with role models. And what I love about what
Yes.
Desziree does here is that she creates, highlights role models of people who tap into
Mhm.
that soul, that heart, where they get their energy and radiate that. And, especially young people learn I can become a better version of myself by emulating this role
Yeah.
model. And that means leading with the way I feel and not just leading with what I
Mhm.
do and what I know.
Yes.
Really good points, Al.
Yes.
Thank
Yes. We have to create, as leaders, we have to create a space where everyone feels welcome. That's the first thing. Everyone feels welcome. No
Mm,
one feels intimidated, and no one should feel intimidated because we want to create a space where all women don't feel superior or inferior of each other. Most likely are respecting and valuing each other, where there's no place for the perils of the ego. These should be replaced with more love and kindness and acceptance. Yeah.
that's impressive.
And Desiree, would you say that being able to show these qualities has some integration with giving up capitalistic beliefs, so to speak, instead of just being it's all about the dollar?
I think that you have to feel right then, and I think that's so important. Whatever you do, you have to put love in it, because if you don't put love in all you do, then it's all about the love of power and not the power of love. And it should be about the power of love, because that's what the world needs, for the world to become the the greatest world, for everyone to feel accepted and valued. Because
True.
if you don't move with the power of love, and if you don't put love in all you do, then there's going to be, these are where all the problems, where greed and all of these things are taking place, because this love is the highest frequency of the universe.
Well,
And
maybe
as
it's kind of perfect.
as we are creating gohas, and we're celebrating men, and we're raising awareness around these most vital things that the world needs, is that the greater the heart, the greater the man, and the greater his kingdom, the greater his people. So everybody has to feed off each other's energy. And this is why it is so vital to replace all of these things. And the world can only become better nations if everyone is working from the heart space and not from the ego, from greed, from pride, and all of the low energies that we don't need in our world. Yes.
So this is actually the perfect subject to be talking about during the week with Christmas in it, because
Yes.
it's the business program. And while normally we focus on characters like Scrooge, the ultimate
Yes.
business person, hard driving business person, there was a small character in that story, Mr. Fezziwig, that threw the parties and cared about his people, and that everybody loved working for. And he ended up being one of the memories that Mr. Scrooge gets walked through by the ghost of Christmas past. And Fezziwig is really,
Yes.
in a lot of ways, the star of that show.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's a great memory, Al. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again.
And go back and watch it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, he's the hidden secret success story in that. And the story is that the greedy guy gets all the money, and Fezziwig ends up going broke. But in reality, it's possible to have it all. You can be a decent person, and you can be a loving and caring person, and you can be successful and materially successful at the same time that you're sharing that with other people.
That is so true.
I just think I think it's a great journey you're on, Desziree. Good for you.
Yeah. Yes. And also, I believe in a peace of mind. And I always say to people that once you have a peace of mind and you're happy, because your happiness is so important. And if you don't have a peace of mind, you can't be happy. You can't feel love. But most importantly is that you have to love yourself. Loving yourself is so much needed, because when you love yourself, you won't allow anything to disturb your peace of mind, because all you will be gearing towards is having a peace of mind. And that is so important, because your energy and your happiness is more precious than diamonds and gold, because you need that in order to reach your highest self in life, becoming the person that you're meant to be, that you were created to become.
Yeah, it's a great mission you're on.
It really is. Desziree, what would you suggest to people out there who are wanting to be more heart-centric, but they're still in an ego place? They're still leading their life, making decisions that way. What can they do to embrace this mission that you're on?
I think sometimes they will be, when you're living from an ego space, I think you probably would be, I don't know how they're feeling, but for me, it's like I could sense is pride, and it's not good for your heart. It's not good for your interior, because when you have good intentions from the interior, you start to glow on the outside. Things start to fall in place for you. And when you're living from the ego, your life is always miserable, because you're always looking over your shoulder, and you're always judging. You're always overlooking people, and you always look down on others. But when you're working from a space of love, the way that you're going to attract like a lot of amazing things in life, it all comes through what you put out in the world. So if you're a person living from the ego, it's not really a good thing to have or to live from, because it's not really good for your interior, because everything has to start from within. Yes.
It's critical.
Yeah, very important.
I know, Dr. Jacalyn, we're coming up on a break, but when we come back, I really want to spend some time talking about what Desziree needs from us. A little bit about your business model, Desziree. It sounds like you're a not-for-profit. Do I have that right?
Thank you.
Well, if there are people out there who want to give, this is a season for it. We want to let them know how they can help and support you in that mission.
Yeah, fantastic. We're just going to take a quick break and hear from two of our sponsors, and we're going to start off with somebody we can see and know very well from where we are right now.
Good.
Take a look and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
The session that we had with BCAT was really entertaining and enlightening. We were able to put together some very specific steps that we as individuals can take, and it was really fun to all come together and see sort of where we're going as a team and how we can all get there together.
We had a tremendous experience with the BCAP partners. One of the challenges that we have as an organization is to make sure that we have the right people in the right chairs doing the right thing. To do that well, you have to have synergy. You can try to dream up ways to make sure that your group does that, or you can rely on experts. We would recommend BCAP partners to anybody who's looking to take their organization to the next level.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diane Floyd Bame's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find A Song of Peace, along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages, at DianeFloydBame.com.
We send them a Google form so that they could fill in some information, and then we'll let them know if they are selected to be part of the nomination process. And then once they accept their nomination, then we will get back to them if they are the proud recipient. But I'm sure that as time goes by, we'll be making some changes. But for now, this is the way forward.
Thank you very much. And once someone has earned this award, how can they come together to support you on this mission?
They can email us at info@womenofheartawards.org, also info@womenofheartfoundation.org. And these are the two emails that you can get in contact with us. And also you can get in contact with myself, Desziree, that's DESZIREE .richardson@gmail.com. Also contactdesziree.com. Yes.
Thank you very much. And Desziree, we have another image. If you could give us some background about this one. Let me remove this comment.
Oh, yes, this is our Face of Woha handmade bag. You can also support us on our online shop as well, www.faceofwoha.com. We have lovely t-shirts in diamante, beautiful t-shirts, beautiful bags. You can also get in contact with me if there's any specific color or design that you would love for us to make for you. Get in contact with me, and we're happy to create that for you. So these are Face of Woha products as well. We're looking to get into face beauty, um, and and beauty health in terms of skincare in the future as our long-term vision for our products for the Face of Woha brand.
Wow, that's so fascinating, Desiree. So I'm
Mhm.
just interested, since we are in the business show, can you share with our audience what did it take for you to start the business?
It takes a vision, passion, and knowing what you want to achieve. Once you have those visions and you attain them in your heart, then you create the mindset to go out there and to achieve them. And I always dreamt of this night where all women are coming under one roof to celebrate, but not also to celebrate, but to share their stories, because I believe every woman's story is different and is equally important. And I dreamt of this night where you yourself, the lovely Dr. Jacalyn, and all of us, even for the Goha, all of the great kings and all of the great men who are making a difference, who are changing the world to be more considerate of others. And that's what we need. When we are more considerate about other people's feelings, then there will be a big change.
That is so true, and it's so valuable. And there's something I find very refreshing here. We live in a kind of a gender neutral world where we refer to people as persons because we don't want to
Hmm.
highlight whether they're a man or a woman.
Hmm.
I think it's refreshing. Maybe it's because I'm an old guy, but there are differences. And the way women approach what your mission and the way men approach it, I think, are different. And I believe that's worthy of
Yes.
recognition. I think we lose a lot when we try to pretend that we're all exactly alike. It's our
Hmm.
differences that make us the wonderful people we are. And I have to
Yes.
applaud you for. I'm glad it's not the Person of Heart Award because men and women approach it differently.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that is so
I
true.
think that's valuable. I think that's really valuable.
That's
Oh,
a good
thank
point,
you.
Al.
Yes, yes, we have to value each other. Like I always say that sometime God, send us our blessings in so many different ways, and sometimes we overlook, the person that might be the person that is going to open the door for us, and that could be anyone, because it doesn't have to be someone with a Range Rover outside your door and said, God sent this. It could be a person on the bike, it could be a security guard in a building. He
Mhm.
might be that person, or that blessing is going to give you the access to the next level of your life. So, never look down on yourself as well. Always think about yourself as highly regarded,
Critical.
and look after
Right.
yourself and love yourself. Yeah.
Before we wrap the program, I know there are an awful lot of people out there that want to know more about you. So
Yes.
Desiree, maybe you can tell us about your background and where you come from and what you've done.
Okay, so I was born in the most amazing, beautiful paradise. So close your eyes and think about rainbow skies. Close your eyes. Think about crystal clear blue waters, and think about the white sand like I have on the sofa.
Hmm.
Think about seeing your toes in the bottom of the ocean, that you can see your toes twiddling as you walk into the waters. How beautiful paradise. Beautiful British colony, Anguilla. I come from humble beginnings. I saw my mother work very hard as a single mom to raise us. And I had these visions as a child, and the universe, God drove me to find my passion. And I saw that working in the media as a child was one of my visions that
Hmm.
God bestowed on me. And I saw myself with headphones on.
Hmm.
And I didn't know that I was going to work as a media personality back in a country where I was born and raised, which is beautiful island of Anguilla. It is spelled Anguilla. It's
Hmm.
next to Puerto Rico, and San Martin. These are international airports that can get you to Angola with 35 square miles, 16 miles long, 35 beautiful. We're known for our five-star resorts, beautiful white sandy beaches, and of course, amazing and friendly people, good food, and the culture is also rich as well.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, so whilst working in the media industry, I wanted to reach a wider, I want to reach a wider audience. And because I was told that working as a media personality, that I had a great voice for radio, that you should, go on out in the world and, and find yourself. And so the law of attraction drove me to pursue, uh, to come to the UK to reach a wider audience and to study about broadcasting and to work in the media industry. That was
Mm,
one of my mission and my vision. But then God has something else for me, which I always had a passion about, is to do humanitarian work. So I got involved with a lot of major organizations like Have a Heart Appeal, the Classic Foundation, UNICEF, Help a Capital's Child, major charities across the UK, from manning the phones to meeting celebrities, raising money for hospices, and just working in the charitable organizations over the many years, and traveling and always helping with projects in different countries. This was something that I was always fascinated by. And in regards to working in the media, I then thought about going back home. That was the first year when I arrived to the UK. And then when I went back, I realized that people missed me from the radio. And I was on the radio for about 6 weeks. And they told me, Desiree, when you came back to Angola, like the whole country, there was a shift, like everything shift in the atmosphere. So I didn't know that. I only thought that I had a voice for radio, but I didn't know that my voice carried like a vibrational
mm,
frequency. So this is something that I just discovered, that not only that I was, how would I say, I was commended for having a great voice on radio, and my voice will make people feel good and everything, but I didn't know that my voice was also a healing voice until
mm.
lately. So now my voice, I do healing with my voice for many people across the world, even though I always say to them, for disclaimer, that you always have to go with the doctor, or whatever sickness you may have, you always have to take the advice of your doctor.
Mhm.
But I was also, from my experience working with many people using my voice, they got healed. So there were a lot of great results. And now I'm still not even believing that my voice are healing people. And not only my voice, but my hands as well. So I use it for my kids when they have pain in their tummy. I raise the frequency in my body. I could just turn it on like that. And then I ask my kids, like, how do they feel? And they feel like a warm sensation going through their body. And then they'll jump up and play, like the pain will go. So I keep practicing on them. I still don't believe that I'm doing this, but I'm grateful if this is a gift. And I thank God for it, but I'm grateful. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you do have a great voice, by the way.
She
Thank you
think
does.
so
you.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you were taking us through that visualization experiment, the beautiful sandy beaches, clear water that you
Yes.
see your toes through,
Yeah.
first thing that popped into my mind was Bayonne, New Jersey.
You have to visit Angola one day.
It
So
sounds beautiful.
maybe we'll go on a retreat in the future, all of us.
Sounds great.
That would
Yes.
be wonderful. I love clear water where you can see everything that's
Yeah.
whatever. I'm afraid of going into the ocean because of fish and creatures that could bite. So I love when it's see-through
Mm,
so you can see, oh, stay away.
See.
No.
yeah.
Yes. So, well, this has been a great show. And Desiree, we've
Mhm.
had your contact information up, but for people who were on the radio, what's the best
Yeah.
way for people to contact you, and who would you like to reach out to you?
You mean like someone in the media industry, or is it just
No, people
everyone?
watching. Yeah, just in
Oh,
general.
people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Please contact me on, as I said, Desiree. That's DESZIREE.Richardson@gmail.com. and you can ring me there. I mean, you can send me an email, and I'm happy to respond to your email. That's how you can get in contact with me. Or you can follow me on Instagram. That's Desziree Richardson, or Facebook and LinkedIn. You can always contact me there as well. So that's Desziree Richardson. And you can have a look on my website, DesireeRichardson.com.
And for people watching or listening, Desziree is spelled Desziree. Desziree.
No, Deszz.
Yes.
Z, yeah. Z. We say Z in the Caribbean.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
Zire.
Zed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Z.
All right.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here. And again, thank you so much for honoring me with this award. It really means a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you well deserved. Well deserved. Thank you so much for having me to be, as your guest. I feel honored. I feel grateful. I'm humbled, and it was great talking to both of you. Two amazing souls.
Thank you.
Peas in the pod. Beautiful
Thank you.
personalities.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for having us. All my love.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
put love in
Happy
all.
holidays.
Put love in all you do. When love wins, the world wins. Thank you.
Good point.
Thank
Great.
you. Great way to
Happy
close out the
holidays,
show.
Bye-bye.
Desiree, and Happy New Year. Happy and healthy.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Same to
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye.
Oh, it's
Fun interview.
always, yes, it's so much fun. And I think it's always great to be able to meet someone in person, I'm calling it. So Desziree and I had gone back and forth via Facebook Messenger, and I don't know if it was WhatsApp, all these other platforms, but to actually see someone and interact with them is really just wonderful. And thinking about leading with our heart, leading with love is something that we all need to really consider, because it brings happiness and joy.
It's the Fezziwig way.
Yes. So everybody go watch that show. What is the name of it again?
It's called A Christmas Carol. It's Charles Dickens, Scrooge. There are a whole bunch of different adaptations of it. Mr. Fezziwig is the tiny little character in the play that actually everything kind of revolves around. So that's the businessman, the business person.
It's on my list. And Al, I'm going to spotlight you. Do tell us what it is that you're doing and how people can get in touch with you.
Okay. If you and your organization are thinking about ways to get the team together to launch a 2022, we have a brand and culture alignment toolkit methodology. It's a 3-step process that aligns the people on your team with the purpose they serve. And that alignment with purpose motivates and energizes people and fulfills them in a way that just following a list of to-do items doesn't. And as a result, you get improved productivity and better profitability, but more importantly, people work happier, healthier, and more enthusiastically for you. So it's getbcat.com is the website. And you can reach me at al.cini@getbcat.com.
Thank you, Mr. Cini. It's been a wonderful show. And we have another one coming up right after this, the Listening Mentor. So I'm really looking forward to that and doing the role play with you and Hyatt Ives.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. All right, everybody. We'll see you again next week. And do join us in about 10 minutes. We're coming right back. So wherever you're watching, please stay tuned for the Listening Mentor. And Al and I will see you then. Happy holidays. Bye.